Anyway, so here's Paul in 2 Corinthians 3 saying, are we beginning to commend ourselves again? Or do we need, like some people, letters of recommendation to you or from you? You yourselves are our letter written on our hearts, known and read by everyone. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. But our competence comes from God. He has made us competent as ministers of a new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit, for the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life.
Absolutely. You understand that? So when you're all into the Bible like that, you're killing it. The letter, it feeds the intellect and it kills the soul. In the New Testament, we're to be born of the Spirit, but you got to let the intellect go. All that you've learned, all that you know, all you've heard about God and life, you have to let it go so you could be born of the Spirit. Then you would see everything would naturally work out, and you would never compare yourself to anyone. There's no one to compare to. You would never want to be like anyone. You would never anything but just live. Let me ask this. How many of you worry sometimes? And how many of you get fear sometimes? How many of you think about what others think about you sometimes? How about you get lonely? Once in a while you feel lonely. Okay. How about once in a while you have doubt? Okay. Once in a while you feel happy. And then sometimes you feel unhappy. Okay, nice, huh? You really have nothing anyway. Anyone that's into the intellect have nothing. It's all an illusion. You can live in the biggest house on the mountain. You can have bodyguards and buku money and have friends everywhere. You have nothing. You literally have nothing because it's all an illusion. So all those things I just named, if you have any of those, fear or doubt or worry or competing or care about what someone else think about you or trying to impress or afraid to speak up or any of that, then you're a slave to thoughts. You are a slave to thoughts because you believe in a lie. If you're afraid to go and forgive your mothers and your fathers, especially mama, it's easier to go and forgive daddy than it is mama, because mama has recreated her image and you think that is you and it's not. And because of your anger toward mama, you're afraid to go face her. Because the devil is telling you and you think that is you, oh, mama gonna cry, mama did her best, mama this, and it's keeping you from going free because it wants to enslave you by preventing you from forgiving. But anytime you have this emotional stuff, whatever you want to name it, you are a slave to that. Any emotion. God is not an emotional God. That's why when you really overcome all by forgiving, and you will overcome all those thoughts, and when you overcome the thoughts, you overcome the emotions. You would never have fear, you would never have doubt, you would never be afraid. You would just let life happen without even thinking about it. You just let it happen. You wouldn't try to control anything, and life will happen naturally. But the only way it's going to do it is that you got to forgive. Go and forgive your mother. Hey, I'm sorry for resenting you. I realize you did your best, but I see now I become like you, and I can't help myself. So it made me realize that you can't help yourself. And don't ask mama for forgiveness because mama ain't going to forgive you. She'll say, I need to forgive you. And she's the one created you, her image, and everything you've done is because of her. You're not yourself, right? And so not to forgive, you're a slave. The beginning of freedom is to forgive. And perfect love will take over the anger of your soul, and it will destroy that. And then it will destroy the ego nature, which is the devil's nature. It's not your own. Because you can't get rid of your ego nature. You need the power of God to do it for you. And he'll make a home in you, and he will get rid of it. But you'll be able to see and allow that to happen. And it will destroy the intellect. It'll get rid of it. And you will just use practical stuff, going to the market, driving your car, but you will live by wisdom. You would know the truth, and the truth will make you free. But you gotta resist learning this stuff. Even what we talk about here, you gotta see yourself well enough to know you're just repeating what you hear. Because I notice that most people, when they speak, they go unconscious. Have you noticed that? Not even conscious of what they're saying. And you will get to a point where in your walk, meaning moving around, and when you're speaking, you are aware of what you're saying rather than going unconscious and just saying stuff. And everybody around you see that it's stupid and dumb, but you think you're smart. That's how the intellect would do you. And so all those things I just named, if you give in to any of those, you're a slave to thought. Because you can't have those feelings. It's like what you were saying, you can't have those feelings unless you have the thoughts. The thought and say, oh, you're going to run off the mountain. Now you feel afraid. And you end up running off the mountain. Or you try to avoid that mountain and run into another one. You got to, it's weird. It's so weird. There are two lives. One is fake and one is real. This life from thoughts is a fake life. It's not even real. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. It's an illusion. But if you're in your head, it seems so real. It just seems real because the pain that comes with it causes you to believe that it's real. Isn't that crazy? I think it and I feel it, so it must be real. It's not real. It's just an illusion. The real world is within. When you love God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your might, and you start living reality because you come out of the thought, out of the not you. You're not your thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. There's no such thing as a true thought. There is no future. There is no past. That's an illusion. So what I want to warn you about is that you gotta watch. You gotta watch yourself. The not you. You watch the not you. These are your thoughts. This is you. You become one with that, and it's hard to break away from it because you can't make yourself break away. When you forgive, the light of God will come in, and He will come in and cause you to break away from that. Slowly but surely, a little light will mean everything, and a little light makes you want more light. Makes you want more light. And then the devil gonna, believe me, when you start breaking away, the devil gonna scream at you. Where do you think you're going? He'll scream at you to try to pull you back in. The last thing the devil wants is for you to come out of here, out of the darkness. And most people love the darkness. They hate the light. 90% of people, 98% of people love the darkness. They love their misery. They love their hell. And if you try to take their hell away from you, they'll cut your throat. They love their misery. They excuse it and everything. And they'll find somebody else to be miserable with. They'll draw you in. So anyone that has those thoughts and feelings and you give into it rather than just watching it and overcoming it, you're a slave to it. And if you just watch it, without any opinion about it, don't judge it. Don't judge yourself, have no opinion. You will, in due season, you get further and further away from the imagination. The light will destroy it, and then you'll be free. But you got to go through it. Don't protect the ego. You're not protecting you, you're protecting the not you. That makes sense? Yeah. You got to. And the pain feel like you. The embarrassment feel like you. But it's not you. There is no feeling to you. The real you. But you don't know who the real you is yet. Isn't that amazing? So watch those thoughts and let them pass. Make sure you do the silent prayer and let them pass. All right? Listen, I want you to lay down your weapons. Lay your weapon down and let the war happen. Of ourselves, we can do nothing, and of ourselves, we know nothing. So you got to lay down your weapon. Stop fighting for the ego. You're helping the devil to destroy you. Don't compete. Just let life happen. Whatever's to happen, whether you call it good or bad, let it happen. Don't try to control it. And then keep your eye on yourself, and you'll see. You will see. God will show you. The light will shine. But you got to stop trying to control anything. Ain't nobody in this world in control of anything. Not one. I'm telling you, nobody's. The person with the PhD, the person with the preacher degree, bishop, pastor, whatever they call it, saint, whatever, right? Nobody, not one, is in control of anything. It's the ego got them thinking that they're in control, and they're not. Not one. Your daddy, your mama, your friends, your enemies are not in control. And as soon as you accept that, you can see that and let go, that's when you will start to live. You got to stop fighting. And when you know you want to work out, right? The first thing the devil tell you, oh, not today. You know, how about later this afternoon? Or you want to wash the dishes. Oh, leave them in the sink until later. No, don't give in to that. Go wash them anyway. Just get up and go wash the dishes. Live in the present. Live in the present. You know you need to work out, go work out. And if you notice everything you want to do, the devil tries to talk you out of it. And that's not you talking to you, but it's the devil talking to you. God does not do that. God keeps us in the moment, and we do what we need to do in the moment without effort. Without effort. All right? So do the silent prayer, stay with it, and watch those thoughts. Be still and watch. And stop identifying with them. But you must go and forgive. Forgive your mothers for recreating you in her image, and forgive your father for not protecting you. They could not help themselves. The same thing happened to them from their parents, and it goes on from generation to generation, all right? So if you want to be free, watch the not you. Don't do anything else about it. The light of God would take care of it. It's interesting how that is, that there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you need to do, but to watch it. So go to www.silentprayer.video. And for those who are doing a little hooping and hollering prayer, do your little hooping and hollering. Oh, Lord. You're praying to the devil, really, but do your little hooping and hollering, and then calm down, be still, and know God. He'll bring you out of it. Amazing. Thank you all. And thank you all for tuning in. I absolutely appreciate it. I hope that this was a little help in this today. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Don't join groups. You be an individual. And that doesn't mean you won't hang out and have fun and do what you do, but don't get a sense of identity from it at all. All right? And don't be a part of it, gossiping and carrying on stuff. That's so evil, because once you're a part of it, you become that. All right? God said to forgive. He didn't say to gossip and judge. And everybody going through this. It's a mess out there right now. So forgive, starting with mama and daddy. Don't ask for forgiveness. Hey, I'm sorry for resenting you. I realize now you can help yourself, and all is well. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this helped a little bit. Any announcement, Nick? No announcement. No announcement. Amazing. Take care. I appreciate it. Thank you all. I hope this helped. Amazing.